So as you can see, this is the waterfall, and I just wanted to show you how I've constructed it. So let's just remove some of the stones. That will be helpful for you to see what I've done. So here we have a pipe connected to the spillway box, which is by Superfish. This is about £25 the spillway. I'll just show you what we've got here. We've got a bag full of bio-home media. We have a top sponge, a coarse sponge, and an aquarium sponge that needs washing out. So what I've done to the waterfall area here is we've foamed it in around the back to stop any water coming out this way, and it is angled about 10 degrees flowing that way in terms of the berm or the soil I put down. We put some underlayment down, we put some liner over that. I also foamed in a little bit around the back on top of the liner, so it will stop any water flowing this way and forcing it all that way. Then we obviously arranged the rocks to support this spillway, and we put the rocks in, and I did quite a bit of foaming, obviously as said around the back here. Formed it in between the crevices of the framing rocks there and there, which forces all the water to flow that way. A little problem I was experiencing, however, was a lot of water was coming out of this spillway box, and instead of going down towards the pond, because it's quite a narrow, a long way to travel, what was happening is the water was spreading out like that. And if you don't have a huge area covered by your liner in this setup, you'll find that water will seep into the ground and try and find a way of escaping if the liner's not containing the water. So what I come up with a unique trick here that you've probably never seen before. I cut some pieces of liner either side here, as you can see there, which forces the water to flow a bit further down rather than spreading out, and that's containing the water in this pond and keeping the pond level correct, because I was losing about an inch every day of water seeping out of the area where the liner covers, because this waterfall is quite narrow and the liner is quite narrow going around the pond, the waterfall I mean. That's why the water was escaping past the liner. So what we need to do is focus the water into the pooling area for the waterfall into the pond, and that's what I've done. But I wanted to show you this because you can cut pieces of liner that will help direct your water in a direction that you want it to go, because I don't want this water going like that, because what is happening is it's going down one of these gullies here and it's leaking out of the pond. Because I'm restricted because of the amount of room I have in this area to build this waterfall, I had to modify it and change it a little bit. So I just wanted to show you that. So obviously we've got our sponges. That sponge there needs a bit of a clean out. Goes in like that. Another medium sponge on top. Push that down. Bio-home media, and then we've got rocks to cover it. So let me just show you some of the waterfall foam that I put in. You'll be able to see it when I've moved some of these rocks. I just thought it'd be helpful to show you rather than me talk about it. So I'm just showing you some waterfall foam that I foamed in there, and hopefully when we move along you'll be able to see the waterfall foam there, and you'll also see the water flowing down through the little gully that we've created. Again, like I said, what we've done is we've put some liner either side. Obviously we'll be using some rocks to force the water down rather than go into the gully. We could potentially fill this up with rocks and foam, but I just wanted to leave it as it was so I can move this slab of stone whenever I wanted to. But I just wanted to give you a closer look of how it's constructed. But as you can see there, because I've moved that liner a little bit, water's starting to seep out here, and that's where potential leaks can happen. We've got liner here but not a great amount, so obviously the best thing to do is to stop the water coming and leaking through here. I could potentially seal that up with some silicone or waterfall expanding foam, or both. But I just wanted to show you how I formed it in. And we do have some foam in there. I don't know if you can see it though because it's quite dark, but there is some foam formed in that gully as well. And I did push it in, and the idea is to make the water flow. So I just wanted to give you an idea what it looks like. We've just moved the rock out of the way, and I just wanted to show you in more detail how I formed it in terms of forcing the water to flow down. As you can see, in these areas where we've got a gap in between the framing rock, the foam is forcing the water down. Same is true here. It's easy to see with that stone removed. Again, that's forcing the water down. So I just wanted to show you more or less how I've built this waterfall. It gives you a closer look, more or less how it's been built. I didn't want to pull it all out because I could show you behind the spillway, but it would be a lot of work just to pull it out, and all it is a tiny bit of foam at the back of that with loads of stones on top. And it is angled at about 10 degrees, so all water will flow into the pooling area that we have here. So I just wanted to show you how the waterfall has been built. Hopefully this video will be helpful.